Hey everyone, it is Jasmine with You Girl Inc. and we are back for our March sessions. Today our topic we're going to cover springing into action. So what does that mean? For our teens that we mentor our ages 11 to 18, we decide to jump into so many different things. We want to do sports, we want to do clubs, we want to do some things in the community. But how can we do that without having an effective plan? So today we're going to teach you how to spring into action and how to be able to do all those wonderful things you want to do, but with a plan. So let's get into it. So our first objective is make the plan. So what's part of making a plan? Establish what you need to execute the plan. That means how much time is required of this plan, what materials you need. Do you need your iPad? Do you need a desk? Do you need a silent, quiet space? Do you need additional books? What do you need to get this plan executed? They can also include paper, forgive me. You also might need a printer and some ink. A lot of times when we need to do things, especially when you get into your junior high school, there's a lot of form of papers, a lot of different projects, a lot of things that requires a lot of printing. Definitely invest in the printer. If not, get you a card. You can go to FedEx or maybe Office Depot if they're still open, and get you a printer card to where you can load money on there. So anytime you need to print, all you gotta do is go in there and put your USB in, connect it, or you can send it to their email and you can immediately print just by using your little card. So yes, what do you need when it comes to making a plan? Also, what parties are involved? Who all is a part of the plan? We got to know who's involved. What are they're going to be their key components of helping with the plan? So know who's involved and make sure everybody is distributed. Make sure you distribute duties so everybody's not trying to do everything. Everybody's working collectively and effectively. So then, now that we know everybody who's involved, let's lay out the blueprint. What all do we need for the plan? I would say I always recommend a calendar, a planner, email invite reminders. That reminds you, a lot of kids, y'all probably don't carry calendars or planners, right? But as we see, 9 times out of 10, we have these devices. We have these devices and we don't use them to our best ability. You might think, oh, I want to get on TikTok or get on Facebook or message my friend or FaceTime. That is awesome. But this is one of the best tools you can use in your hands. Use that calendar to send the invites. Use your clock or your what is it called? Your timer. I think it's your clock. But you can set reminders, time reminders. Okay, if I know I need to be in school at 5 o'clock for football practice or for baseball practice or for softball practice, then I probably need to set a reminder probably about 4 o'clock. I'm gonna say 4:30 because that's pushing it. 4 o'clock, you need to go ahead and get a shower, get dressed, get ready. Make sure your backpack, everything you need to be pre-packed to get ready. I would say, depending on the distance of where you're at, if your distance from home to your school or the event is probably about 20 minutes, I would say probably give yourself about an additional 15 minutes. There could be traffic, there could be any type of delays. And who hates being late? I have a pet peeve for being late. I think anytime you're doing something, you need to make sure that you are on time. So if the event is at 5 o'clock, I will probably be scheduled to leave home probably about 4:20, honestly 4:15. You get there about 4:30, 4:45 and you can get set up, maybe get you a little food, take you a little meal, do some stretching. You're ready to go, but you got to execute the plan, right? So then, with that, depending on what the plan is, we also can discuss marketing. What does your marketing piece look like? If there's a piece that, if your particular plan that you're working on, that you're doing school social, you're hosting a school social media account, and you're needing to upload and update the kids throughout the school. You're responsible for school social media. What posts need to be paid? What are the messages to be put in those posts? What all do you need to get those things done? You've got to make sure that you plan out them effectively. Then when it comes to social media and you're doing marketing, I would say give yourself anywhere between honestly 4 to 10 hours a week, sometimes even more than that, depending on what you need to get done. Social media looks easy, but when you want to perfect it and do it accurately and correctly, you need to make sure that you have a clear message. What do you want your audience to convey from what they see from your post? Whether it's just a simple post with a picture, with a message in it, or is it an actual video? What do you want to get? What message you want to get across? So with that, you need to make sure that you actually have time to sit down and write these things out. When we do our marketing, for you girl, we have a lot of messages. I know it might seem like, oh yeah, they can talk on the fly. No, ma'am. We do not talk on the fly. We literally sit down and plan. As you can't see right here, but I have this book. I've been reading this book for almost probably 2 or 3 years now, but it literally is like my blueprint for you, girl. Everything that we plan, everything is in this book. So we literally plan to write everything out to the T. So yes, you got to make sure that you have everything planned out. Marketing can be a make or break for what you're doing, especially for our kids. You know, we have these but it's really a great thing in the sense because it's really able to reach such a broad audience just by making sure that you get a clear message and you have you know what you're talking about. So it's really good to make sure that if we're going to use social media, especially for things that to help invest in ourselves, that we use it adequately and efficiently. So then with that, the marketing piece of your plan, if you're going to need marketing, whether it's social media or if it's just printing out copies and logistics and getting everything printed and posted, pre-schedule those things, right? So let's say if you're not into social media and your particular event or plan, let's say if you're part of student council or you're part of the basketball team, to make sure your teammates make sure they get to practice. If you want to send out a text reminder, sometimes your phones, some people's phones, you can send out, you can pre-schedule text messages, right? Like, hey guys, don't forget, we got practice at 4:30, then we got team meeting at 5. Make sure you pre-schedule those messages, or if you can't send out pre-reminded messages, send a calendar. Put a reminder on your phone, on your calendar. Practice at 5 today. I want to make sure I probably send it out first thing this morning or midday. Hey ladies, hey gentlemen, we've got practice today. Don't forget, make sure you have all your gear. We get on the bus, we got to head out. Make sure you have everything you need to master your plan. The most intricate part of managing your day-to-day schedule is having a plan. And I know it may sound like really detailed, but when it comes to being teenagers, we have a tendency to do a lot of different things. Like we want to get involved in everything. And sometimes when we do that, poor planning makes the process not efficient. And what I mean that is that let's say if you're in junior ROTC, let's say you're doing basketball. Then it's also say if you're doing student council, you have all these obligations, right? But you're missing meetings or you're running late to meetings, and 9 times out of 10, it's either because practice ran over or you haven't properly planned, right? So like I said, if you're not a big fan of planners and calendars, then you need to be using these devices efficiently. Make sure that you're actually using them to your best advantage. Like if I got a student council meeting, I need to make sure I can get there on time. If not, I need to leave this meeting so I can get to the next meeting on time. You've got to plan. As you get older, I know sometimes you ask your parents like, how do they manage to do this? Like, I don't know. Even my mom to this day, like she was awesome with making sure we was at point A to point B. But it was all a part of planning. Did I ever see her with a visual calendar or a planner? No, I think I remember she used to have this little bill, and she called it a billfold. It might be a missing word, a little billfold, but she kept everything written down for the most part. But she was very organized with getting us to point A to point B. But with that, she always had a plan. She knew who needed to be where and when it needed to be where. And if they weren't where we need to be, that was a different conversation. But having a plan really made our life so easy. So something that seemed so easy, like how did she do it? She managed her time. She knew when, what, and where because she had a plan and she made sure she stuck to it. And she made any adjustments on the way. So now that we know how to make the plan, let's talk about being accountable with our plan. When you're going through accountability with your plan, you have to make sure you're taking notes on what is working and what is simply not. I know a lot of times we're like, well, I can just make adjustments. No, when you notice that this ain't working and you try it once or twice, go ahead and make the adjustment and the necessary changes so you can make your plan more efficiently. When you make those edits and modifications, it makes your life easier and it makes the people who depend on you more expectant and they have high expectations for you because they've seen that even when you couldn't make your obligations, you made the necessary adjustments to get it done. So important. So do that. Make the edits. Make sure you're accountable of your plan, and when it's not working, you take the accountability to make the necessary adjustments, right? So then we have be accountable for your mistakes, or any lapse in not accomplishing your plans, whether it's you're double booked, you get sick, family emergency, last minute cancellation. Be accountable for those last minute cancellations, or you're just not able to make it. Like, please make sure you reach out to any party involved and let them like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. And if it's possible to make up that time. See how you can go back and try to, redeem yourself and potentially do some extra work on a later date, or if you can come at a later time. But please make sure that if you're not able to make something, don't ghost people and don't be like, well, I can make it. What you want me to say? I want you to say, my bad, but if I can help by doing this later, or if I can do something else to help what I was going to do, I would love to do that. Don't just go away and, not be like, be accountable. You've got to be accountable when you're getting yourself involved in things. Your word is your everything, and being accountability is most definitely a key point in doing anything, especially when you're in your teenage years. So then, if you, like I said, if you miss events, make sure you take the opportunity to do any type of supplemental work. Maybe it's not the exact same task that they initially asked you to do, and they might totally tell you, well, no, it's okay, we're good, we'll just wait till the next time, we'll get the next event. That's totally fine, but you taking the initiative to at least offer to do some additional support is going to speak volumes about your character and about your accountability. So please do that. So then lastly, our last objective is follow through on your commitments. We've made the plan, we're taking accountability, we're making the edits and the things we need to make the plan efficient. So now let's follow through on the commitments. Like I said, making sure you arrive on time. Being on time is not on time. Being on time is being early, meaning 15 to 30 minutes before you arrive. If I'm scheduled to start meeting or speaking at 5 o'clock, I don't expect to see you rolling in at 5. I expect you to be here between 4:45 and 4:50 to get down, sit down, get yourself adjusted, see anything you need to move or anything you need to get started. But be there on time. And come prepared to complete your duties. If you come to play basketball, come prepared to give it your all on the floor. That means running up and down the floor, working with your teammate, communicating, listening to your coach. Make sure you are prepared to follow through on your commitments and your duties. That is key. Nobody, as we say, nobody likes a dead body. And that what a dead body means is that you're standing there and you're not helping, you're not doing anything, you're just there. If that's what you plan on doing, if that's what you want to say, that was your help, then just stay at home. Please stay at home, because it is really going to upset and probably aggravate people more so than anything if you simply don't just come and help. So if you're going to come in there, be all hands in. If it's coming to student council practice, we coming to prepare and have your thoughts. I already have your notes drawn out. Don't get in there and come in there like, well, I don't know what y'all want me to tell you. I want you to give me your thoughts, give me your opinion, and have some factual evidence that can help with this particular meeting. Come prepared. So again, as we talk about springing into action, we want to make sure that we're making efficient plans. We want to make sure we're taking accountability, making adjustments that we need in order to be effective and efficient in our day-to-day schedule. And we want to follow through on commitment. If you say you're going to do it, you say you're going to show up, be there. Again, this is Jasmine with Get Girl. We want to make sure that we emphasize with our young girls, young adults, and even our young men. Anybody following this can also pour into adults, that we make sure that we do our best to work efficiently and effectively. I do it for myself day to day. I use a personal calendar. I use my little bookage I showed y'all. I use my phone. I use everything efficiently and effectively to make sure that I can plan things out. For this upcoming generation, we can't stress more for you than anything. You've got to plan. You can't do everything on the fly. You can't do everything you see on TikTok and Instagram. It ain't gonna work. You've got to have your own master plan. You got to do what works for you. Do not follow the trend. Do not follow the hype. Follow what suits best for you, because people are going to judge you based off what you can do and what you show them you can do. Everybody can say, well, I can come and yeah, I'm going to be the best person in the class. When you get there, you ain't doing nothing. You get there, you ain't got nothing to give. You don't never know what's going on. You've got to show up and be present and follow through your commitment. So I hope that our advice for you today has helped somebody. It's going to help, especially our teens that we are most definitely looking forward to making an impact into. I hope that these words and this advice and this counsel that we give to our young ladies, that it really truly pours into you. That if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me, myself, Jasmine. We also have Miss Jennifer, and we also have Miss Ida, and Miss Kayla. So we would love to have y'all ladies. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see y'all next time. See you later.